There we go.
What?
We're live.
Are we?
Happy Thunderbirds Day, everyone. I'm going to have to remember to look there now. Our screen's down there. If you see me looking down here, it's because I'm reading your comments. While I'm looking at your comments as you join in, these two gents are going to introduce themselves.
After you. Oh, I'm Richard James.
Me then.
I'm Richard James, co-host of the Jerry Anderson podcast. I was in Space Precinct.
Was
Imagine that. Yes.
Never
I don't like to talk about it. And here we are for Thunderbirds Day.
Yeah, and I'm Terry Adlam, and I can't believe it's Christmas again. It's come around so quickly. And Dick Spanner Day, just can't believe
No,
it.
it's not Dick Spanner Day, no.
Oh, right.
Is there a Dick Spanner Day?
In my house, there is. Every day is a Dick Spanner Day.
Can we keep this on brand, please, gents?
Who's this in the middle?
I'm Jamie. Hello, everyone. Jamie Anderson. We've also got an amazing audience here. Look at them.
Yes, say hello.
So we will be joining our live studio audience from time to time through FAB Live this evening.
First, isn't it, to have an audience?
I think it's the first time that we've ever had a live studio audience.
Charge us tickets next time.
Let us know where you're joining from wherever in the world you are, and what time it is there, because I'm sure occasionally we have some crazy people joining at 3:30 in the morning. We're going to be bringing you all sorts of stuff. In fact, you normally do the intro on these things and what they are. Why don't you tell them what to expect?
Well, we've got. Let's have some cheers in the audience as I say this. We've got FAB or FIB, our very special competition that I reserve especially for FAB Live. We've got Blankety Blank, our second most special competition that I reserve for FAB Live, and even Super Magnification. It's back. Oh, yes, very good. So that's all from my side, but of course we want to hear from you as well. If you're on our podcast listeners Facebook group, I've got some comments that Terry might be reading out for us a bit later on. But also, we'll try and catch your comments as they scroll past on the screen as well. So do say hello, ask some questions, tell us your Thunderbirds stories. What are your favourite episodes? When did you first start watching Thunderbirds? Is there a scene in any episode that for you is pure Thunderbirds? Let us know in the comments.
Well, I've just seen we've got people from as far afield as Qatar.
Crikey.
And Pinner, which is about 10 miles away, isn't it?
Wow.
London, the US, Yorkshire, Staffordshire, Essex, and of course, Slough. No, you sort of missed that one, but okay.
Yes,
Great way to the west.
So we've got all sorts of stuff. Now, we do have a few special guests this evening. We've got Andrew Clarke, now a name you may not know, but if you've seen today our tweets about the Lego Thunderbird 2 on the Lego Ideas site, that may almost be at 10,000 signatures by the end of tonight, we hope.
Wow.
Andrew's going to come on and show you his prototype Lego Thunderbird 2. Now, if you're not familiar with Lego Ideas, basically you have to get 10,000 supporters for a Lego idea for it to be considered to become a real product. So there is a real chance we might, for the first time ever, get a proper Lego Thunderbird 2 or a Lego Thunderbirds anything, really. So Andrew's going to come and join us in about 15, 20 minutes' time. We've also got Terry here, obviously.
Hooray.
Hey.
What's your main function, Terry?
It's to join in and make stupid jokes.
Brilliant.
Now, before we go any further, you did have one for Earl Black, didn't you? I don't know if Earl was watching.
I don't know if he's working.
Yeah.
But watching yet. But I was a bit late here today because a lorry overturned on the M4.
Right.
It's a lorry carrying a load of Dutch footwear.
Oh, yeah.
The police are there, but they say the lanes are clogged.
Right.
That's for you, Earl.
There we go.
There you go.
Look at our audience.
That's great reaction from the audience there. That's the sort of great stuff you can expect.
How many people have left?
That's the sort of stuff you can expect this evening. Look, there you go. Mitch McAllister's excited about the potential for a Lego Thunderbird 2, but not full-size, Mitch. No, it's a bit smaller, but it's pretty good. And everyone's happy that clearly Terry the punster is here. Now, we're also going to welcome a couple of people from Anderson Entertainment as well to come and say hello.
Oh, yes.
I'll bring them up in a minute,
right?
When I can get my teeth back in. We've got Chris Thompson, we've got Ross Arrowsmith, and we've got Ben Page. They're all there. Wave the three of you, or the two of you. Step in, Ben.
They did the real work.
There you go. So that you get to see some faces to put to the names, and they're going to share with you some thoughts about their favourite and least favourite things about Thunderbirds. Imagine that.
Least favourite thing.
Least.
I'm going to put them on the spot for that. Absolutely.
Good.
So we've got obviously some news for you.
Of course.
Some Jerry Anderson news.
Yes.
So I shall be playing the familiar title sequence very, very shortly.
Excellent.
But yes, do share the stream before we do that. on your social feed or wherever you're watching us from,
Very good.
so
Yes.
that people can come and join us. The more, the
Yes.
merrier.
And how do they do that? Copy a link and put it in their Twitter or their Facebook posts?
Or
and
just
hit
press
share.
share.
Great, yes.
So live audience, Willow is waving at you. Please wave back to Willow.
For Willow, please. There we are.
There you go. There she is. Thank
Great.
you very much. See, they are live.
Can people post pictures here so we can see them, or is that not a thing?
No, Richard, don't complicate things.
No, I'm just wondering, what have you done for Thunderbirds Day? Let us know in that case. Comment in the comment section. Let us know, what have you done for Thunderbirds? What have you been wearing? Where have you been? Have you been talking to people about Thunderbirds and your love for Thunderbirds? I want to know if you've been wearing your Thunderbirds sweatshirts and T-shirts like some members of our audience.
Yes, there's some Thunderbird stuff there. Yeah, Terry, you've really messed that up quite badly.
Never mind.
Never mind. No, just before we move on as well, if you're watching on Facebook, we can't see who you are unless you go to streamyard.com/Facebook and give permission for us to see who you are. Otherwise, you just show up as Facebook user, and then we can't credit you with whatever witty thing that you post.
That's right.
So please do go there.
Yeah.
I think we should probably have some news.
Oh, gosh, let's have some news then.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to click the button and play the news intro then.
Brilliant.
As Ben just said, it is the news, and that plays out live for our studio audience. So they all jumped for a moment there.
Yeah, exactly. It was very loud. I do like that picture. It's almost 10 years old now, that picture of me.
We can tell.
Yeah.
So we've got a little bit of an echo now. Let's hope that cancels itself out. If it's bothering you too much, let us know in the comments, and I'll try and do something about. No, it's because of the sound on the video. I'll tell you what, I'm going to mute that. That should do it. Right.
That's better.
Terry, thank you very much.
You're not helping.
Now, Terry, actually go away because I'm going to get Chris Thompson up here. Goodbye, Terry. Say goodbye to Terry.
Bye-bye, Terry.
Bye, Terry.
Thanks for coming. Thanks for everything.
While Chris comes up, turn the sound down on that for us, Ben. Thank you.
Hello there. My name is Terry.
No. You're not Terry Adlam. You're an imposter.
You're Terry Adlam.
But I thought it was the news. Why have you got Chris on?
Well, we've got Chris on. First of all, I think we should congratulate Chris on the UFO technical manual. Although it's not strictly Thunderbirds, it's still related because Chris is also the designer of many things, including some T-shirts I'm about to show you. Oh, that's gone the wrong way. So Chris has designed these beauties out for Thunderbirds Day.
Look at these.
Well, they might trip over things.
Well, just be careful.
So, Chris, tell us about these designs.
So it's I've been producing T-shirts for Untitled Entertainment for about 7 years. So I'm trying to mix things up and do things a little bit different, and maybe drawing attention away from the vehicles a little. So introducing the characters a little bit as well. And just something lovely, colourful, and obviously the full 5 of the Thunderbirds fleet.
Yes, I've already seen Willow's very, very happy about that. Nick Y is going to be ordering them next month. There we go. And he got last year's too. Designs are cool. There you go. Lots of happy people. They are very, very nice. Now, just to make you aware, they are only available for 1 month from today. Because they're Thunderbirds Day editions.
Oh, I see.
We can't have them for sale forever and ever and ever.
No.
So there you go. Now, Chris, since we're sort of in the news and talking to you, what got you into Thunderbirds? Don't just say watching it. When and how and what appealed at the time, and why are you still here now doing Thunderbirdsy things all these years on?
Honestly, I was 2, so it was a big, colourful, loud thing that was on the television. And eventually I was like, there's a really nice plot and story here. So it's almost always been there, if that makes any sense. And what's kept me staying is the fact it's exciting and it's always really imaginative, and stuff blows up, and can't really go far wrong there.
Yeah.
Stuff blows up is probably one of the greatest reasons why everybody loves Thunderbirds, I think. There you go. Ian thinks your T-shirt's fab. Go on, Richard. You're going to say something incisive, are you?
I have, yes. Now, we all know Thunderbirds is probably the most popular and most famous of Jerry's shows. Would we be sitting here today talking about Jerry Anderson if it weren't the Thunderbirds? Would we still be here if it were just Stingray and Twitter and Torchy and...
Just Stingray, of course. No, I think Thunderbirds is clearly the standout, as they say, the jewel in the crown.
Yeah.
Or if it was Torchy the Battery Boy Series 7.
Right.
Probably not.
Yeah, maybe not.
Anyway, there we go. So, Chris, we're going to get you back later on, I suspect. But thank you very much. And great work on your T-shirts.
Round of applause,
Chris. Thank you, Chris. Terry, you can come back if you like. Also, just out for Thunderbirds Day, Thunderbirds official calendar 2023. By popular demand, you're always asking for it, and so we've done one for you.
Lovely.
It'll be shipping out next month sometime if you'd like to pre-order one. It's all at the Jerry Anderson store. A little birthday best here, not really Thunderbirdsy. In fact, he was born on the same day as Captain Scarlet was first shown, but near enough. It's our audio exec producer, Nick Briggs.
There he is, look. Yes.
Now, it's not his birthday today, but it was yesterday.
It was.
So, slightly belated birthday.
Yes.
Happy birthday, Nick Briggs. Great work on the audios. And that does lead us quite nicely into some audios that are out today.
Oh, right. Yes.
Go on. I'm all ears. It's a John Hand.
Oh, there's a giant hand in shot there. Don't worry, it's just adjusting a puppet there in shot. Enormous.
Thanks. Yeah. Thank you.
Do let us know if you have got a hold of Thunderbirds versus the Hood yet. And if not, then I'm going to play you a couple of trailers now. Now, these are full cast audio dramas adapted from the pages of TV 21. So let's start with, I'm going to say it, not how Wayne Forrester says it, but how it should be said.
Yes.
The Vanishing Ray.
Oh, not
The Vanishing Ray.
I believe FAB 1 is arriving now, Malagdy.
Do hurry, Parker!
Your intellectual power is of no use against my skills at interrogation.
I have a feeling that we have not seen the last of that hairless gentleman.
Curse Lady Penelope! She will pay for this.
Oh,
excellent.
Clever Justin Lee on his Hood voice there. It's so good. So it's one of two stories, The Vanishing Ray, in the set for Thunderbirds versus the Hood. Here's the lovely CD version. That is out today. You can also get the download from bigfinish.com, should you not be into physical media, which is fair enough. I mean, I'd have a CD player. Do you?
Yes, I do, actually.
Okay, well then, this is for you, but I'd be the download version.
Yeah.
The other story in there is something with a rather dramatic title, Brains is Dead.
Brains is dead.
God, being attacked!
Brains, your mind belongs to me.
Gordon, are you okay? For pity's sake, Gordon, answer me!
First raid is over the top, Jeff. They're closing in on Thunderbird 3's silo.
The destruction of international rescue is about to begin.
Tense much?
Oh,
Wow.
Isn't it just? I would show the audience reaction, but sadly, our audience cam has gone
Oh,
blank.
no. You'll just have to imagine they're all cock-a-hoop.
They're amazed. They're just amazed. I can tell you that right now.
Now, can I just leap in here? Now, I know that Hannah, who's been messaging me a little bit over the last few weeks, because she's a little bit concerned about Brains is Dead. She's a little bit worried about it. Can you assure us that everything ends up okay in the end?
I can't reassure you of anything.
Right.
Question here. Phil Wallace, is the live stream just pushing merchandise? It's like watching QVC. Well, I'll take that as a compliment. None of us are trained as QVC hosts, Phil, so thank you. No,
This
it's
is
not,
the news section,
but
after all.
it is the news section, and we do have to, I'm afraid, talk about that stuff, because we
Yes.
love to do stuff for free for you, but also, need to get you some merch as well.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed those. Brains is Dead was a nightmare fuel.
Right.
Ooh.
Right.
It's
Okay.
very, very dramatic, isn't it?
Isn't it? Yeah. Wow.
So there we go. Oh, there you go. Willow, thank you. Willow's heard them, thinks they're awesome as usual.
Yeah.
Now, there is another audio out today, which you don't have to buy, but you might be interested. It's the TV 21 Audio Annual, read by birthday boy Nicholas Briggs and Vanishing Ray sayer Wayne Forrester. And we also have a lovely trailer for that for you, which has got a little excerpt from each story. There are 2 Thunderbird stories in there, as well as some other stuff. I know it's Thunderbirds Day, but you can have the rest of it too. So here's the trailer for Anything Can Happen.
Anything Can Happen, Audio Annual 2022, read by Nicholas Briggs and Wayne Forrester.
Stingray, 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 stingray. Aquacade Emergency. With a shuddering crash, the terrorfish hit the bottom. In the second before he lost consciousness, Troy saw the whole tail section of the aquamphibian craft come away from the main body. And then the blinding flash of an explosion tore his hands from the rudder and rolled him backwards and over into numbing oblivion. Marineville must go.
Launch Stingray!
He yelled at Troy.
Get out there and take up action stations facing this headquarters. I'm going to tell those characters that I'll blow them off the face of the earth if they try to take so much as one brick out of my command center.
But Commander, pleaded Troy, you can't be serious.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Thunderbirds are go.
Thunderbirds. Aquaphobia. Engine screaming, he fought his way up and out of the trench. The ocean bed cracked and heaved, as if some primeval force was tearing and clawing a way to freedom. Then he saw the sun, and he was on the surface, bucketing wildly in 10-foot waves beside the battered bathysphere. A pale, weak face appeared at the window, and Gordon gasped. Someone else, he snapped, trapped in the sphere.
4 hours to eternity.
I reckon that's the entrance. So for Pete's sake, tell Gordon to get his navigation right first time.
The hands of the clock moved on, and the 4 hours were up. Inside the vault, the raiders would be gasping for their last ounce of oxygen.
Captain Scarlet and the Mysterons, Mirror of Vengeance. The whole of the cockpit rocketed vertically as the computer fired the ejector. Up, up, up she soared. Below her, Angel One exploded in a vast orange flame. The attack had been a complete failure. Mirror One continued on its path of devastation. The Midas Menace. Suddenly, the 2 SPVs which had just returned to position raced forward in a suicidal attack on the giant rumbling monsters bearing down on the gold vaults. With a metal-searing crash, the lead SPVs rammed the front tank square in its tracks. The huge links of the Caterpillar wheels bit deep into the SPV's front, pulling the vehicle down and under in a crushing, tearing action. Joe 90, the Cracksman. With Joe in the lead, the prisoners moved towards the main gate. It was just then that the guards arrived. Like black avenging angels, they dropped from the darkness of the prison walls upon the unsuspecting prisoners below. Long wooden truncheons flashed in the moonlight, and heads cracked as the weapons met their mark. One of the first to go under the torrent of blows was Joe himself.
About that.
That's great.
Now we're all very excited too. Some lovely comments in there from all of you. I'm going to try and scroll up to this particular one.
Oh yes.
You know the one I'm talking about, don't you?
Oh yes. I don't know where it was.
There you go. Here
lovely.
we go. Thank you, Sarah, for showing that. This Leo, aged 8 from Red Hill, wants us to know he loves Thunderbirds. Thanks, Leo.
Well done, Leo.
We love you too. Thanks for watching. Is Leo our youngest viewer?
Well, I don't know. Is he?
Well, comment.
Oh, that's a
us
general
know.
question. I
If
thought you were
like-
asking me.
If you would like to share your age in the comments, we would love to know and see what breadth of age. Not you, Terry.
I was
Don't
gonna
worry.
say.
We haven't got enough time for all those digits.
My birth certificate's still on the Antique Roadshow.
There we go. Jenny, truly a fab trailer. Lots of people enjoying stuff there. No protectors.
Oh, yeah.
No protectors.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. Anyway, I'm very proud of that. I think they've done a great job. And if you think that Nick and Wayne have done great jobs, then do let us know in the comments, and we can share it with the birthday boy later on when he arrives.
Yes.
If he bothers to turn up at all, that is.
Yeah.
Now, I mentioned it earlier on. We've got the Lego Ideas Thunderbird 2 creator Andrew Clarke joining us in a couple of minutes' time, I hope.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen it? Here it is. Look at that.
Oh.
Now, hang on. Do that again, audience.
Reaction.
Oh, and our audience cam has come back on for sound for some reason. Anyway, this is the
If
lovely.
you click there, it might mute it.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to mute them. There you go, audience. There we go. So this is the render, but Andrew is going to showcase his actual model of Thunderbird 2 very, very shortly. Now, as I mentioned at the beginning, for LEGO Ideas, we need 10,000 supporters for a LEGO idea to become a possible product. Once it gets to 10,000, it goes to review. Andrew's going to tell us a bit more shortly. But it is really close. I think it needs like 800. So if everybody watching the stream right now supported it and got a friend to do so, we'd be over target.
Home and dry. Yeah.
There you go. So once this is done, please, if you can, go and support it and try and encourage others to as well. Go online, share it, do all that sort of stuff. So I'm going to welcome Andrew Clarke on in just a minute. He's going to tell us all about it, showcase the prototype and some little craft from inside the pod, show you how it works and get you excited. It is very cool to see in the flesh or in the bricks, I suppose.
Yes.
Is that how you say it?
That works, yeah. Let's go with that.
Now, if you've got some questions for Andrew, do post them in the comments and we'll try to get to them shortly. But here is Andrew Clarke. Hello, Andrew.
Hey, Jamie. It's great to see you all. It's great to be here.
Hello.
Welcome along. Thank you for joining us. Where are you joining us from, Andrew?
Well, I'm originally from England, Manchester, but for the past 13 or so years, I've lived in America, Maryland. And but I try to visit regularly, and I miss Manchester and all the people. So my background is in art, and I like presenting, and then I got back into Lego again, like a lot of people do maybe when they get older. And I found a site called Lego Ideas where you can submit an idea and they vote on it, and it can become an official product if it passes review. And I looked to my childhood and the things I enjoyed, and one of them was Thunderbirds. And then out of all the Thunderbirds things, and yes, blowing stuff up, very cool. I heard that. Thunderbird 2 was one of the most iconic, and here it is.
Look at this.
Now, the image you saw before is a render because all the parts don't exist in the right colors, but you still want to do a physical build to show that it works as a physical model. So it replicates the legs. So what they do is they go in like telescopically, and then they fold in. So it works, and it's nice compact, because originally they were clip-on, but then after iterating this seemed it just felt better, like you'd have to clip it on. It's like having a Transformer toy where you have to like take things apart. It's not really, so one of the coolest things about Thunderbird 2 is it got other cool vehicles it can carry.
Yes.
So yes, that's what you want. You want to do missions. So some sets are more display and some are more play. This is like both, so it fits both those things. So you've got the elevator car here, and you've got the mole. And of course, there's others, like Thunderbird 4 for underwater missions, and people can create their own vehicles, perhaps. And then you've got the they're called trophy figures, Lego calls them, the little micro ones, like an award.
Little cockpit as well.
Incredible.
Yeah, the cockpit. You can see all the little micro figs.
Wow, that's amazing.
So I tried to replicate all the details and the taper. So yeah, it's very exciting. It's got over 9,000 votes, and it'd be great to have that experience of seeing one of my favorite shows from childhood, and I still watch, replicated in brick form, as you say. So that'd be very cool and exciting.
Yeah. Wonderful.
Well, it looks absolutely amazing, I have to say. I mean, how on earth do you go about replicating something like that, especially with the working parts like the pod and the legs? I mean, how does your brain work, Andrew, to allow you to create Thunderbird 2 from Lego parts?
Well, it's a ton of reference gathering, all the different views. You've got you've got the top, the side, how to get proportions correct, right? So when people look at it, it feels right to them, based on what they remember and what the thing looks like. And then it's a ton of iteration. Keep trying things. Originally it was clip-on legs, and I'm never satisfied. Even if I get something that's good, I'm like, still, how could it be better?
Yeah.
And then I was like, clip-on, well, it works, but it doesn't cut the mustard. It's not good enough. So I was like constantly iterated, and I found a way to get it compact where it fits inside. And the taper was a certain angle ratio to get that, and it goes thinner here and wider here.
Yeah.
It all lines up with the system. The bricks are a system, and there's certain relationships between parts and parts and distances, that kind of thing. So it's very cool. It's a challenge. That's why I like it, an engineering challenge, and bringing something to life that I fit in a physical form that you can build as a kit was great. So,
Andrew, how long did that take to get to that point? From
probably about 2 months, and then presenting it on the website, doing renders of the different views, and but I enjoy the whole process of the product creation, from the idea, the iterating, the presentation, the photography or renders and retouching, and just making it all look like a cohesive product and product idea. So
amazing. And have you ever tried this process before, or is this your first submission?
Oh, well, no. I have 2 of the Lego Ideas sets that I was very fortunate became official sets. The first one was Doctor Who. Which is very cool. I think I have that back in the case up here. If you can see, there's the TARDIS.
Yes.
I can bring it out if you want, but there's that. And then, because something I enjoyed when I was younger, Tom Baker was my first introduction. And then when it came back, I think I got into it again.
Yeah.
And
I led him off brand a little bit there, didn't I?
It's fine. We know where your true passions lie, Richard.
And then I also did the Flintstones, because that seemed very colourful and blocky and suited to Lego too. So but I do have some other favourites, but other people have already submitted them as ideas, like Red Dwarf and stuff.
I see.
But this is the one I was very, very keen on, Thunderbirds too. I think it'd make a one of the most iconic vehicles from one of the best Jerry Anderson shows. And Bricks would be great. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah. No, it's fantastic work, Andrew. And a lot of people in the comments saying how awesome it is. Someone offering you £150 for that prototype model. And that's their first offer. So there you go.
Well, sky's the limit.
A couple of questions in there. Somebody asking why on your particular prototype there, the bricks are different colours and different shades of green. We've already spoken about this earlier on, but you please answer that for them. So the final version would all be one shade of green, right? If it goes to production.
Right. So basically what happens is Lego makes all these different parts, but they don't make them in every color. So basically I go with the shape of the part that's correct for the model. Then if Lego does turn it into an official set, they can mold that part in any color they want. But I want to show it as how it could be, which is why I did renders, because you can render that in any color you want. It's digital. So that's why I did renders for the presentation. But then I still do a physical build, because sometimes the model may look pretty, but you can imagine it might fall apart if you sneeze on it. You want it to have stability and be solid and have the functions that work correctly as intended. And so I do a combination of the two, and sometimes photography if it's just a physical build, if all the colors seem correct. And also with digital, you can add all the printings or stickers that they would have, like the cockpit.
Of course.
So so I think that was an ideal solution to do both.
Yeah, well, it looks fantastic. Loads of people saying how awesome it looks, and they're just desperate for it to go into production. So I guess the key question is, how do we make this happen, Andrew? Where do people go? What is necessary to get it over the line at this point?
Well, it's a bit under 800 votes. Basically, it's got 9,180 or something around that mark. And once it reaches 10,000, it goes into what's called the Lego Review. It goes into a batch of others that get 10,000 votes. And I think it's once every quarter or something like that. They review it, they make the decision, and if it passes the review, it becomes an official set, like with the Doctor Who set. So basically, I don't want to take any chances. I've got about 100 days left, and the sooner the better. It gets to 10K, then it's a done deal and it's in the review. So,
so what are we waiting for? Lego.
Lego. Nice. And where do they find this Lego Ideas site? I mean, we've got a short link to it, andr.sn/tb2lego. But if they want to go to via the official direct site, is it just legoideas.com or something?
Yeah. I think it's Lego Ideas, and then if you filter to most supported, mine's around number 5, the 5th
Okay.
most supported project. So you do that, it's near the top. Or
Well,
if you
that-
type in the search Thunderbirds, it'd come up as one of the options. So.
Perfect. Well, I love the fact that it's number 5 now. So hopefully during the course of the evening, we can take it to 4, 3, 2.
Yeah.
Come on, audience. Thank you.
Countdown.
Okay. No, we would love that to happen. So we're going to send it out to our email audience tomorrow. So if you can't find it now and you're watching right now and you're on our email list, you'll get a link to it tomorrow at 10:30 in the morning. Andrew, will you tweet something to say you've been on here? They can find you on Twitter. You're Andrew Clarke 77, I think.
Yes, I am 45.
There you go. I wasn't trying to expose that, but that's your Twitter following. Your Twitter name. So, Andrew, it's great. Just give us a little flash of the prototype once more, because I'm sure people would love to see it, because it does look so great.
Excellent.
And the fact that the pod goes in, the pod opens, the legs come out. I mean, it's just a beautifully engineered piece. So please, if you are watching this and you want this to happen, go to the Lego Ideas site, search for Thunderbirds, and support Andrew's model, get it over the 10K mark, and we might have a Thunderbirds 2 Lego model. It's going to be great.
That would be great. And it had printed windows on here like it does in that, in the renders. So
yeah, it looks great. Everyone loves it, Andrew. So let's see what we can do. Andrew, thank you so much for joining us and for showing it off. Oh, he's got more prototypes. Look at that. Come on then. Tell you what, before you go, Thunderbird 5, go get the Thunderbird 1 out. You showed me that earlier on. He's got a Thunderbird 1 as well. So maybe this could open the floodgates to others as well.
There's a lot of scope for different missions and sets that they could do based on it. So yeah, that would be great.
Yeah,
get this one to the door first.
Absolutely, and there's a lot of people, Lego, saying take my money now. So get on with it, please.
That's right.
We're happy people. So Andrew, thank you so much. We're going to bid you farewell. Thank you for sharing those models with us and for doing that and for putting all the effort into making that prototype. It's absolutely brilliant. And fingers crossed that, as Terry will say, Thunderbirds will be Lego.
Right.
Lego.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. I appreciate your time and letting me present my my designs and models. So thank you.
It's fantastic, Andrew. So yeah, happy Thunderbirds Day, and we'll speak to you again soon, hopefully on the other side of a successful campaign.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Bye.
Thanks, Andrew. Well done. Cheers. Oh, nice stuff, Andrew. That Thunderbird 2 model looks fantastic, I think.
Yes. Thumbs up from the audience.
Hang on.
Let's see
Keep a thumbs up. Yes, thumbs up from the
Very
audience.
good.
There we go.
Excellent.
Brilliant stuff. A lot of very, very happy people there. I think that's rather special. Now,
yes.
Would you like to talk to a member of the team?
Yeah.
Or should we play a game?
Oh, what do you think? Talk or game, audience? Which would you prefer? Game.
It's a game.
Game for a game. Game for a game. What should we have? Blankety blank? Should we start with blankety blank?
We can do.
Or super magnification.
I was going to go for super magnification.
Let's do super magnification.
Okay, Richard, would you explain forthwith to the viewers what super magnification is and what's going to happen? Because when I bring up the image that you've presented me with, they're going to think the stream is broken.
Okay. Well, I'm going to show you an image from an episode of Thunderbirds, but it's a very close-up image. You're going to have to squint because obviously in many pictures, the closer you get, the more pixelated it becomes. So turn the light off, move your screen about 20 feet away
A mile away.
Yeah. Squint. And you might just see what it is, because it's up to you to guess what we're looking at. And we'll give you a little while to think about it, and then all will be revealed. Now, I have to say, all the games tonight, Blankety Blank, Fab or Fib, and this super magnification have been supplied by Scott Bickleke. So thank you, Scott, for all of these games tonight.
It's either thank you, Scott, or thanks, Scott.
So here we go. Can we see the image, please, Jamie?
We promise the stream is not broken.
No.
This is intentional.
Yes, here it is.
Here we go.
So now,
of course it is. Yeah.
So it is the right way up.
Yeah.
But squint and let me know, what are we looking at?
Is
What
anyone
are we looking at? And I'll give you a clue. It is from an episode of Thunderbirds. So tell me which episode it's from. Any ideas in the audience? Lots of shaking of heads and scratching of chins.
There's a few people saying the mole. We'll bring it up in a second. Audience, you looked a bit...
they're looking a bit flummoxed.
No, they're all looking very confused.
Yeah.
Here's back to the image again. So
Yes.
if you've just joined us, this is an intentional part of this live stream. Richard has been presented by Scott Bickleke, one of our regular viewers, an extreme close-up of something from Thunderbirds.
What could it possibly be?
Did I say Thunderbirds? Was that?
Yeah, no, that's
yeah,
fine. It is obviously it's Thunderbirds Day, so it's a given.
It does
that
make
it's
sense,
from
doesn't it?
Thunderbirds.
Now, lots of people saying the mole,
It's not the mole, no.
but it is not that.
No. I mean, should I give them a big clue? It's not actually one of the Thunderbird craft.
Or even a guest vehicle. There you go. There's a serious clue.
So, what are we looking at? You tell me.
Is it a sleeve? It's not a sleeve.
It's not a sleeve.
Dave Lawson, is it the Enterprise?
No,
It
no,
is
no,
not.
no.
It's
You're
Thunderbirds.
very
It's
off-brand,
Thunderbirds. Thunderbird 5, that's a good guess, but we have already revealed it's not a Thunderbirds vehicle nor a guest vehicle. Lady Penelope's teapot. It is not that. Crab logger, no. We have a suggestion in the audience. Go on, Robert. Grandma Tracy's cooker, says Rob. I'm afraid it's not that, but it's a lovely guess. Underside of the fire. Nobody's got it. I mean, I'm not surprised. It's a really difficult one. Let's bring it up one more time. Not that it'll help anyone.
Is it Jeff Tracy's bin bag?
That is the best guess we've had so far. One of the Hood's wigs. That's an excellent guess. A wig.
Yep.
Great news. The Lego numbers are coming up.
Oh, right.
9188. Well
Fantastic.
done, everyone.
Very good. Come on.
I mean, should we put everyone out of
I
their
think so. I think it's
misery?
gone on quite long. What was that?
Yes, audience guess. Is it the claw of the sidewinder of the crab?
As Roy Walker was saying, catchphrase, it's good, but it's not right.
Yeah. No, in fact, it is wrong.
Yeah, it's very wrong.
I'm afraid I don't think anyone is going to get
No,
this.
of course they weren't going to get it.
I-
Scott knew
can we-
that when he sent it to me.
Can we tell them the episode it's from?
Oh, yes. Well, it's from Terror in New York City.
That should help.
So what happens in Terror in New York City? Can we
What's the
remember?
most exciting thing that happens?
Yes, Robert Monk's got. Yes.
Is it one of the interceptor missiles?
It's not one of the interceptors.
However, I did see Ben Page, I think, has guessed it correctly.
Look at the look on his face. Look at the look of triumph. The fire suppressant.
Could it be that?
Could it be?
Well, let's put everyone out of their misery and find out what is this month's, this Thunderbirds Day's super magnification. Well done, Ben Page.
Well done, Ben Page.
We'll have to find a prize for you, but that was extremely well done.
I tell you what, as a prize, or as a prize, he could produce the podcast for us.
Okay, Ben.
How's that?
Contract to produce the podcast. Thank you very much. Well done. Did anyone guess that?
No.
Few nices. Robert Cassidy says,
Yes,
Page says, oh my days, amazing Ben Page.
Oh, yes.
Well, that's his nickname.
The amazing Ben Page.
Yeah. You've been called a legend. Your prize is a day off. It's absolutely not.
No, you can't do that.
You cannot promise him that.
No.
So nobody got that, but except for Ben, of course, but nobody online. Nice job trying to guess, though.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
And a big thank you to Scott for that image.
Absolutely. There is always next time, Harry. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Now, Terry, would you like to make a joke before I send you away and we bring over the famous super magnification guessing Ben Page?
No, but I am going to the toilet, and you know this is themed.
Yes, it's
Yes.
hotel.
The
Whole
Moxie's
hotel.
theme.
Yeah.
I'm going for the Lady Penelope.
Right. Brilliant. TMI, I think.
Good,
TMI.
goodbye, Terry. Ben, please do come and join us.
Ben Page, here he is, the winner of tonight's super magnification.
Yes, very impressive job.
Well done.
Good
evening.
Good evening.
Ben, who are you and why might viewers know who you are? Or why should they know who you are?
Well, I'm Ben Page. I produce the Jerry Anderson podcast. That's basically it, really.
Oh,
is that it? I run the
That's once
Anderson
a week.
Insiders, and then I just did an adaptation of The Vanishing Ray from TV21.
Ben is the adapter of The Vanishing Ray.
The Vanishing Ray.
Well, I can ask you then, just what went into the adaptation? How difficult a job was that?
Well, it was a little bit trickier than some of the other ones we've had to do because it didn't quite fit with the continuity of Thunderbirds as we know it. So there were some scenes that had to be rewritten and rejiggered and moved around.
Can you think of anything specific?
Yeah, so the intro scene with brains, all of that stuff is not in the comic.
Okay, right.
So it was completely different in the original.
Interesting.
And, fans of TV21 will know.
Yeah.
So don't want to give too much away.
No, of course not. No, I understand that. Yeah. And were you there for the production itself, for the recording and stuff?
I was not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But you've heard it.
But I've heard it, and it sounds great.
Yeah, good.
And
Nice.
Ben, I mean, eagle-eared listeners and viewers may think this chap doesn't sound quite like the others.
No, I've
One
been
of these
thinking that. I'm
things-
glad you mentioned that.
One of
Yes.
these things is not like the others.
Yes.
So you are an American, it must be said.
Oh,
And so why do
Strange but
you,
true.
of all people, like Thunderbirds? It seems completely at odds with your nationality.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. There's lots of people watching probably who are in America.
This
that
is very
like
true,
Thunderbirds.
but it's less popular out there. So how
It
did
is.
how did you get into it?
So I stumbled across it. It was on a channel called Tech TV, which was an American satellite channel. And they just randomly had it on around 2002, 2003. And I stumbled upon it and just became obsessed with it. I remember that they had split it into two halves. And they showed the second half of Trapped in the Sky on Thursday afternoon. And I watched it. I was probably 8 or 9. And I went outside and I sat down on the front porch. And I said, this is what I want to do for a living. I don't care how. I just want to do something like that because it was just so cool. That's how I found Thunderbirds, and the rest is history.
A crucial question here for you in that, was Tech TV the one that did the turbocharged Thunderbirds?
No.
Thank goodness for that.
No, we dodged a bullet there.
Yes. terrible mess that was. So Ben, well, I'm very glad that you did catch sight of it because now you're involved in all things Anderson. It's marvelous.
Isn't it exciting?
Yeah. So
There's more than just Thunderbirds. It's a whole world of Anderson entertainment, if you will.
it is. And
To
Ben
coin a
is
phrase.
now inextricably linked with it.
Yes.
So Ben, thank you for joining us.
Yes.
Someone did say they are very glad that Terry didn't tell us that he was going for a Thunderbird number 2.
Oh, no.
Please, let's leave the gags to
No,
Terry
we
Adlam.
don't want that. You don't want
No.
Yes, thank you. Terry will be back shortly. We've also got a surprise top secret guest
Oh,
who
have we?
might want to come and join us at some point. Not now. Would that be okay? Is he up? Yeah. Oh, good. Well, birthday boy Nicholas Briggs is here.
Yes.
Here's a
Look
picture
old.
of him, but you'll see him in real life in a bit. He'll come on and say something for some reason, I'm sure. So Ben, thank you for joining
Thanks,
us.
Ben. Yes, you can
You
go.
are excused.
Yes, that's it. Yes.
Please go away.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ben. Lovely work. Go on.
What? Well, I mean, earlier today, I went on our podcast listeners group on Facebook, and I asked anyone if they had any questions or comments for us to read out for tonight's edition of Thunderbirds Day Fab Live. And there are a few comments, so I thought I'd hand this over to the redoubtable Terry Adlam.
Thank you. Flustery success.
Yes.
Oh,
but hang on. Hang on. Now I have said that, and I've just crashed my iPad. Now I'm looking. Stop it. Right. Here we go. So there are some comments.
Anyway, everybody's saying happy birthday, Nick.
There.
Okay.
So here we go.
He's very chuffed.
Yes.
Okay, the first comment is from Tom Hodden.
Uh-oh.
And he says, won't be able to watch live. But if you want a question, there's a question.
Right.
If Spectrum accidentally employed Hugh Laurie,
Oh, yes.
would he be Captain Red or Yellow? So would we see a red lorry, yellow lorry,
God.
red lorry,
Right.
yellow
Okay.
lorry, red lorry, yellow?
Yes.
I'm going to use that one.
Yes.
I like that
Thank
one.
you, Tom.
Excellent.
Thanks
Tom.
for getting in touch. We'll
Tom.
call you.
Okay.
Thanks, Tom.
Great.
Right. Another one?
Yes, any more?
Can we do better than that, perhaps?
No. Okay. We'll be listening on Facebook and getting the standard podcast, Clammy Ear.
Oh, yes. No,
we
we don't
talk about that a lot.
No,
Yeah.
no, we don't.
Here's one.
Yeah.
What is everyone's favourite Thunderbird episode, and what never shown type of rescue would you have liked to have seen?
Oh.
Interesting.
Yes. Well, do you know, when I was a boy, I was feeding a horse some apples on my hand. And you know you're supposed to feed a horse with a flat palm? Well, I was fed it with my finger, and it bit my fingers. So I would like the never-before-seen rescue to be Thunderbird 2 delivering a vehicle that would extract my hand safely from a horse's mouth. I mean, you did ask.
Wow.
Yeah.
You didn't have any toys when you were young.
Let's make our own entertainment.
He did have an eagle, but his sister was sick on it.
Yeah.
That's the story.
We
So-
know that. Yeah, that's true. Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Anybody else got any ideas in the audience? Never before seen rescue that you'd like to?
The Arctic.
Sorry,
The Arctic.
they never went to the Arctic.
Yeah, a nice icy one. And favourite episodes as well. We've got people saying the attack of the alligators,
Of
obviously.
course. Yeah.
Danger Ocean Deep.
Mhm.
Sun Probe.
Mhm.
I mean, we could probably wait long enough and get all 32 named here, I imagine.
Yes,
So,
that's right. Yeah.
Path of
Okay.
Destruction.
Right. Bernie Pagon.
Oh yes.
I know
that's
this might be.
Splits, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I know this might be asking a bit much, but will there ever be any plans to make visuals for the Thunderbirds Big Finish audio stories with super marination?
Oh.
Sounds very expensive to me.
Yes.
And
So that's a
highly
yes then.
impractical.
I think we'll take that as a no.
Yeah.
That's all
All
I'm
right.
saying.
Yeah, I think that's about
Nice
it for
idea. Okay. Yes. Fine.
Okay.
All right. There we are. Yep. Great. Thanks for that.
Thanks everyone for your contributions.
Yes.
Please do keep commenting. We'll try and answer things as we go along. But I suspect, Richard,
Yes.
it's time for another game, which is why they're all actually here.
All right. All right. Let's have a game then. What are you after this time?
Well, there's only two to choose
There's
from.
two to choose from. Let's ask the audience: blankety blank or fab or fib? I mean, yeah, okay. Right.
Fab or fib?
Slightly lacking in enthusiasm,
Yeah.
I thought there. But
Yeah.
fab or fib, if we must.
Neither is not an option. So I guess then it's fab or fib.
Fab or fib. Right. Do we have an opening title?
Yes.
Oh, go for them.
Cue titles.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for
Fab or Fib.
Yeah. Do you remember where that picture was taken?
Was it? No.
I think it was Llandudno.
Llandudno,
wasn't
it was,
yeah.
yes.
Yes, thanks to Mark Simpson Wedge for the opening titles there, I think.
For our ongoing
Yeah.
opening titles
Yeah.
sequence.
Now, I have
yes.
to explain what Fab or Fib is, don't I? I'm going to give you 5 fabs from the Thunderbirds universe, as it's Thunderbirds Day.
Is it?
So all these facts are going to be from Thunderbirds. Only one of them is true. So out of the 5 facts I'm about to give you, only one of them is true. Only one of them is fab, and the rest of them are fibs. So 4 fibs and 1 fab. Is that right? Are you with me? Yeah. Right. Yeah. Now it's up to you, dear audience, to choose which is the true fact, which is fab. Okay? No, I'm giving you it. You've got to wait. But crucially, now this is the crucial thing. Once you've spent your fab, you can't use it again. So, for example, if you think the first fact is true and you say fab, that means the next 4 must ipso facto be fibs.
Yes.
Right?
So what?
Or if you get to the end and you haven't yet spent your fab, that means that the last fact must be true. I think that's pretty fair enough, isn't it?
Yeah.
Great explanation.
Thank you. Right, so here's your first fact. Are you ready for this? Now, John Peveril, supervising sound editor on all 32 episodes of Thunderbirds, went on to design one of the most iconic sounds of all for George Lucas on his Star Wars movies. John is responsible for laying the distinctive breathing sound of Darth Vader beneath James Earl Jones's distinctive voice. Is that fab or fib? True or false? It's up to you. Let me know. Just write fab or fib in the comments and we'll see. So John Peveril was the supervising sound editor on all 32 episodes of Thunderbirds, but he went on to design one of the most iconic sounds of all for George Lucas on his Star Wars movies. John is responsible for laying the distinctive breathing sound. Can we have it? Let's hear it. Okay. That's not quite what I expected.
I'm glad Terry didn't do it.
Yeah, beneath James Earl Jones's distinctive voice. Is that fab or fib? What do we think, audience?
Well,
Fib. We've got some
hang
thumbs,
on.
all thumbs down.
Paul Williamberg has already spent his fab.
Oh, right. Well, that's it. That's it then, Paul. If you think that one's true, then ipso facto,
Jenny D.
the rest must be fibs.
Jenny
Yes?
D says it's a fub.
A fab.
That's cheating, Denny.
It
Jenny
is a
she's
fib.
actually said no, it's a fib.
Oh, okay. Is
David
it?
also thinks it's a fab. Mark Perkins thinks it's a fab.
Right.
That's it. Your
That's
fab is
it then.
spent.
That's it. It's true. You might as well just switch off now and go home.
Crazy Jedi, who must be in the know, surely
Yeah,
with a
must
name like
do,
that,
mustn't.
definitely fib. Anyway, on we
okay.
go.
All right, next one. We know that Chris Barry has provided the voice of Scott Tracy for a series of commercials, but did you know that there's another connection between Red Dwarf and Thunderbirds? Peter Ragg, visual effects designer on the first 7 series of Red Dwarf until 2012, used to work for Jerry Anderson. And in 1965, Peter had the enviable task of flying the Thunderbird 2 model on set. Fab or fib? True or false? Let me know. If you said fab already, this has got to be a fib.
Yeah, it is by default.
So we know that Chris Barry has provided the voice of Scott Tracy for a series of commercials, but did you know there's another connection between Red Dwarf and Thunderbirds? Peter Ragg, who was the visual effects designer on the first 7 series of Red Dwarf until 2012, used to work for Jerry Anderson, and in 1965, Peter had the enviable task of flying the Thunderbird 2 model on set. Fab or fib? Terry?
Well, there's a few fibs coming here.
Fibs?
Keith Roberts thinks it's a fib.
I'm going to go for a fib.
You're going for a fib? Nick Briggs says a fab. Anyone else in the live audience?
I wouldn't trust the birthday boy.
We've got some thumbs up. Robert's a thumbs down. Ross is a thumbs down here. But okay.
Phil Wallace says it's a fib.
Right.
David Tremont says it's a fab.
Oh, well, he must know.
Well, but Martin Smith says it's a fib. So
fab or fib?
We'll have to find out.
We just don't know. Shall we move on?
I mean, we've got to get through these 5 somehow.
Yes.
Please do.
All right, I'll rattle on. Okay. Christine Glanville was a long-time collaborator of Jerry's, including as puppetry supervisor on Thunderbirds. Amazingly, get this, she went on to work with NASA using the Thunderbirds puppets and their distinctive walk. She helped the Space Administration visualize what walking on the moon with its reduced gravity would look like. This enabled them to make spacesuits capable of flexing and bending in such a way as to keep the Apollo astronauts comfortable on their moonwalks.
Amazing.
Is that fab or fib? It sounds plausible to me. But then I wrote it.
Yes.
Fab or fib? Did Christine Glanville, who we all know was by Jerry's side for a lot of these productions and worked on Thunderbirds, did she then move on to NASA, where she demonstrated the puppets walk to the Space Administration, who then used that to visualize what it would be like to walk on the moon and make appropriate spacesuits to keep their astronauts comfortable?
Well, Richard James, you've reached new heights here.
Right.
The most ridiculous fib I've ever heard, says Shater 1703 Returns.
Although he's plainly never watched before then.
Fib with knobs on.
Yeah. Really?
Absolutely.
Shame,
this sounds like a massive fib.
Well, okay. Well.
Yeah, you're getting a fairly universal fib reaction here. Someone didn't even bother with the fab or fib. They just put a crying with laughter emoji.
Oh, right. Okay. I think that sums it up. Okay. Fair enough. What do we think of the studio audience here? Let's have a thumbs up. Fib, fab, all fibs. And Robert thinks it's not. Oh, right. Yes, that's true. You did say number 3 before we even started.
Someone asking here, can you split a fab? No.
Absolutely not.
Indivisible.
Absolutely
It's one
not.
only.
What would that
William
look like?
Dawson.
A fab.
A fab.
A fit or
Yes.
fab.
Or an ab.
Right,
No.
number 4. And remember, if you haven't spent your fab yet, then
You're
one of
getting
these next
close.
2
Yeah.
must be a fab. Tony Harding of the BBC Visual Effects Department designed the most famous robot dog of all time in space, Doctor Who's K9, but he was also responsible for the appearance of a robot in Thunderbirds. Tony Harding helped design Brain's robot. Is it Brahman or Brayman? Brayman, a humanoid-looking robot that appeared in 3 episodes of the series, Sun Probe, Edge of Impact, and the Chow Chow. Fab or fib? So did the designer of K9 also design Brayman, Brain's robot, from 3 episodes of Thunderbirds? Fab or fib?
Phil Wallace thinks it's a fab.
Ah, well done, Phil.
As does Lauren Chilton.
Crikey, good, okay.
It's a good spread tonight.
Yeah, that's nice, isn't it?
Stephen Richards says fab.
Right, okay.
Mayday 51 Nostalgia and Originals says fib.
Okay, good, excellent. Studio audience, what do we think? Fab or fib? Fib. I mean, you've used your fabs already, so, okay. Right, so let's move on to the final one. Remember, if you haven't spent your fab, ipso facto, this must be true.
Stop saying ipso facto.
I like it.
Are you being sponsored by ipso facto?
I have never used that phrase before.
Yes.
Right.
Why didn't we have you before?
Lady Penelope is well known for her impeccable fashion sense, but did you know that the clothes she wore in many episodes were the inspiration for high street chain C&A's summer 1966 collection of party dresses and fashionable frocks for the woman about town?
That sounds very convincing.
Yeah.
I'd
Did
almost
Lady Penelope
fab to that, almost.
inspire C&A's summer 1966 collection of party dresses and fashionable frocks for the woman about town? Fab or fib?
Well, Matthew Grimsley said fab.
Okay, yes.
Tone says fib.
Right. I mean, if you haven't spent your fab, this has got to be the one. This has got to be true.
Robert, yes, it's a fib. Jack Williams says fib. Dave Lawson says fab.
Right, good. Excellent.
Unpronounceable name here says
Yes.
sweet. No, you've missed the point of the game there, unpronounceable.
Yeah.
William Dawson, fab. Martin Smith is a fib by default.
Right.
And 5,000 miles from base is also a fib.
Okay, good. Right. Well, let's have a very brief recap. So I
Can we
asked
keep
you.
it really brief?
I will keep it very brief. I'm not going to do it all again.
Okay.
Right. Did John Peveril, supervising sound editor on Thunderbirds, lay the distinctive breathing sound beneath James Earl Jones? Did Peter Ragg, who worked on Red Dwarf in 1965, did he have the enviable task of flying Thunderbird 2? Did Christine Glanville move on to NASA and show them how it might look to walk on the moon? Did Tony Harding, who designed Doctor Who's K9, also design Brain's robot Bremen for 3 episodes of Thunderbirds? Or did Lady Penelope inspire CNA's 1966 summer collection of fashionable frocks for the woman about town? Right.
I mean, they all sound convincing.
Don't they? Yeah. It's a good crop this week, isn't it? Isn't it, though? Because normally there's a completely ridiculous one in there that,
I would say none of them are completely ridiculous.
Wait a minute.
No, leave it there. So, right, let's whittle them down, shall we?
Okay, please whittle quickly.
Okay. Now, obviously, Christine Glanville, as far as I know, didn't move on to work with NASA and attempt to show them what it might look like to walk on the moon.
3's a fib.
Yeah, 3 is a fib. Sorry, Robert. Yeah. Well, I'm afraid Tony Harding, who designed K9, was not responsible for Brains' robot Bremen in 3 episodes of Thunderbirds. Neither did John Peveril, the supervising sound editor, provide the distinctive breathing sound for Darth Vader, which means it's between Lady Penelope inspiring CNA's 1966 summer catalogue of fashionable clothes for the woman about town, or was it Peter Ragg from Red Dwarf who flew Thunderbird 2? So if you said 5 or 2, then you're about to win. Well, nothing really.
Win, apart from yourself on the back.
Yeah, it was. It was Peter Ragg, who was the visual effects designer for Red Dwarf, who in 1965, imagine this, flew Thunderbird 2.
There's some great pictures of them doing so.
Great, excellent. There you go. And thanks once again to Scott Bickley, who provided me with that the fab fact there. Thank you very much. Brilliant.
Well done.
I just said fab fact.
Did you?
No.
Yeah, wrong show there.
Sorry.
Well done.
Yeah, great.
Jack Williams, he won his prize.
Excellent, well done.
A pat on the back from himself. Rob Cassidy
Brilliant.
as well.
Brilliant.
Crazy Jedi. Even though you knew the Star Wars one, you still got it wrong. And there's Scott himself saying, well done, everyone.
Well done, Scott. Thank you. And
so-
Kirsty as well, I think.
Thank you very much. Well done to Stuart. Well done to Ian for getting it right. Excellent job.
Yes.
And yes, Rebecca Andrews says that's this week's Rag fact. Oh
Nice
dear,
one.
oh dear.
Crossover there.
Yes. Now, Terry, I mean, you've been contributing very densely in the last few minutes. So I feel like it's time for you to have a rest.
Right.
I think we should welcome on the birthday boy.
Oh,
Is that
right.
all right?
Yes.
I mean, you can sit on your knee if you want, but probably
Not again.
It's best if you vacate.
Is he on his way?
He's on his way, and
Yeah.
what I'm going to do is this very clever thing where
Is he here yet?
I'm going to cover for him arriving. By
Oh,
putting a
come on.
picture up.
That's clever.
Slide out without
Looks
anyone
like-
noticing.
You slide out
That's
of
it.
shot.
Come
No,
on,
it doesn't
okay.
work. It doesn't work because the picture's in the wrong place. Just get out of it, Terry.
Where is he? Where is he?
He's behind you. He's
Yeah.
behind you. That's it. Yeah.
So Nick Briggs, who has only come so he can eat a curry after this.
That is why I'm here.
I
Yes.
see.
So if you've got any thoughts or questions for Nick, I mean, mostly you should wish him happy birthday for yesterday.
Yeah.
Yes, happy birthday.
21 yesterday.
Yes. And the other 40 years. I'd like to tell you about Peter Ragg.
Oh, that would be great.
Because I interviewed him, so I knew that was true.
Fantastic.
And he told me that the reason they had him do Thunderbird 2 is because he was a keen dancer.
Right.
And so he was able to walk along and transfer his weight from one foot to the other without bobbing up and down. Everyone else bobbed up and down. So Thunderbird 2 did a lot of that. And
He was able to do a little.
Peter could get
What
it
is that word?
really
Glide.
Glide.
Yeah, it was just it was
Glide.
gliding.
Yeah. Lovely.
So there you go. He's
Wow.
a very nice man, Peter Ragg. Yeah.
Lovely. Nicholas Briggs, everyone.
Thank you very much.
Sorry, I thought. Yeah, great.
So there's loads of people wishing you very, very happy birthday.
Oh, thank you. Oh, yes.
Actually, I do have there's a question here.
Thunderbriggs Day.
Thunderbriggs Day. Oh, well, there you go. Henceforth,
That sounds like what might happen after the curry. Anyway,
as
sorry.
Thunderbriggs Day. Now, there's a question here. Will there be further Thunderbirds audiobooks? Now, we can talk about that in a moment. So in the meantime, while I do something technical, Richard and Nick, will you cover by talking about, what Thunderbirds means to you, perhaps?
Okay.
Go on then. Let me ask you.
Yes.
What does Thunderbirds mean to you?
Well, it's funny you should
Just
ask that.
came off the top of my head, yeah.
I didn't expect that question.
I know.
Well, I mean, it just means joy and excitement, and it just brings back so many childhood memories of me sitting, at the television and being left there by my mother, probably. And it also actually mentioning my mother, that reminds me. I remember I wanted to watch Thunderbirds, and my brother, who's 9 years older than me. That's old.
He must be very old.
Very old.
Yeah.
Very old.
30.
He didn't. He didn't want to watch Thunderbirds, and we got into a real row about it. And I think there was even, because in those days there was a dial on the television.
Yes.
And you had to tune in each channel rather than click or anything. Yeah. And we kept trying to change it, and then I remember suddenly television picture boom down to a drop because my mother had gone into the cupboard and turned off the electricity. And she said,
Now
stop arguing.
I used to call that the belly button, the television's belly button, because it all disappeared down to this little point, didn't it? Yeah, that's right. Sorry, Jamie. Sorry.
What does Thunderbirds mean to you?
God, well, do you know? I mean, this is the terrible thing, isn't it? Because I sort of grew up in a BBC household.
Never seen it. Oh, right. Yeah.
Which
we
is
were very much ITV.
Yeah,
actually.
I could
so
tell.
Doctor Who was
I
a
could
weird
tell.
thing for us to watch.
That's right. So I didn't really grow up with Thunderbirds. My first Jerry Anderson experience was with Space 1999, much later. Right. So I don't really know Thunderbirds that well. Isn't that terrible? And here I am on Thunderbirds Day, celebrating it.
Do you know who these pictures are of, for example?
That's Martin Landau.
That's it, yeah, you're spot on.
Yeah.
No. Well, now you've covered for me doing some technical behind-the-scenes things.
Yeah. We can notice any difference.
We can reveal that there will be more. So lots of you have seen today that there's going to be Thunderbirds vs. which is out now, and you can get it from bigfinish.com or from shop.jerryanderson.com if you want the physical CD copy. But there's going to be another release of TV 21 stories. Would you like to see the cover?
Oh, yes, please.
Wait.
Sorry.
Well, yeah, obviously. Well, I'd like some people in the comments to say, yes, we'd like
Oh,
to see the cover.
sorry, yes.
Just comment, cover, please. That would be great. And then we will reveal it to you.
Okay.
We can tell you the title is Thunderbirds Fire and Fury.
That's good, isn't it? That is good. That's very literative, isn't it?
What a
Who
dramatic
came up with
title.
that?
Well,
It was you, wasn't it?
No, it was AC. It was Andy
Great.
Came up with a way of doing it.
Oh.
So yes, okay, people do want the cover. Here we go. So let's show it to you now. This is the cover for Fire and Fury.
Oh, and that's the space mirror thing, isn't it?
Yeah, look at that.
Lovely.
And I adapted one of them, didn't I?
Oh, of course you did. Yes.
Yeah, I did the one with the fire.
Right.
Not the Fury though.
Well, there was a bit. Someone was quite furious.
Were they?
Yeah,
Were
yeah.
they?
And
Yes.
there's a big fire in a forest in Canada.
There you go.
That's what's going on in that.
So they get Fire and Fury out later in the year, I believe.
Can you tell us about the cast at all? Who might we be hearing in that? Full cast audio.
It's the same full cast as the other Thunderbirds
Which is?
one. I have to remember all of them, do I?
Yes, come on.
Justin T. Lee.
Oh, yes.
John Culshaw.
Oh, yeah.
Genevieve Gaunt.
Lovely.
Wayne Forrester. Joe Jameson.
Fantastic.
Is that it?
I think that's it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Directed by Sam Clements.
Directed by Sam
Wonderful.
Clements, yes. And who did the other adaptation? Was that Chris Dale? No.
No, that was Ian Meadows.
Ian Meadows. That's
just
right,
as well
Ian
you're
Meadows
here,
and
mate.
Nick
Yeah,
Riggs.
you see,
Well, that's
I
why
asked him.
that's why he's the
I
exec
see.
producer for Audio for Anderson Entertainment. So there we go.
That is the one
what an
fact I know.
exciting reveal.
I've earned my money this month.
Yes.
So,
Brilliant.
lots of people happy that John is front and center. Quite a few oohs in there. Loving the Fire and Fury cover. FAB, take my money. Well, they don't need to yet. That's fine.
No.
We
Keep
can
holding
do
your
it
money
later
for
on.
now.
And a jaw drop even there. So that's great. Nick, before you go,
Yes, I'm
can you
going.
please?
That's it, yes.
Bye.
Can you please tell us about your mum taking you to see the Thunderbirds movies?
Oh, yes.
Did that happen?
It did happen.
That's
yes.
lucky.
Phew.
And she hated them.
Brilliant.
And I love.
I never liked her anyway.
Exactly. And I loved them. Well, she said that it was too noisy, and she told me that because of all the explosions, that something about Jerry Anderson had shares in Esso because of all the petrol burning.
Right, okay.
A complete load of nonsense. But she did take me to those movies, I think at the Gaumont in Southampton.
Wonderful.
Which is now, what is it now? The Mayflower.
Mayflower Theatre, I know.
Yeah, and that it used to be the Gaumont. It used to be a theatre and a cinema.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
on a couple of afternoons we went to see. I mean, it would have been in the 60s as well. But
Yeah.
in those days, films ran a lot longer, didn't they, in the cinema? They would sometimes go on for weeks and months, whereas now they're there for about 2 days
That's
and then
it,
immediately on a streaming service.
Yes.
I sound so old. I am old. I'm 61, you know. Oh, here's my old man's hat. I think I'm going to go and be in a Chekhov play now.
I think you probably need a rest. You've
Yes,
earned it.
Very good. Don't put a blanket over that.
Yes. Well,
will you hurry up because I'm very hungry?
Yes,
well,
yes, yes.
Don't worry, we're going for a curry soup. But for now, thank you very much, Nicholas Briggs.
Thank you. Mark, thank you.
Goodbye. Now, we can either welcome back Terry Adlam.
No. Before we go on, we have to speak to
Stay
Leon,
there.
who came to join us a little earlier while we were preparing for this Fab Live.
Absolutely.
And he's got a little story for us. Leon, are you able to just come and join us very quickly?
Yes,
Mind just
squeeze
step there,
through.
that way of walking.
See the live audience coming to join us.
That's right, yes. Introduce yourself.
So I'm Leon Daniels.
Yes, Leon.
And I was brought up in Slough a very long time ago.
Right.
So that finds me here at the Moxie, which used to be the public library, of course, when I was a child.
Did it? Ah, okay. And what was your story you were telling us earlier? It's rather lovely.
Well, of course, we're very close to the Slough Trading Estate, where AP Films had their first real studios, Ipswich Road. My dad worked in a factory. So my dad used to go to work every day like clockwork. Every day he'd pass you at the same time. And he used to get the bus to the Slough Trading Estate. And he told me that he was traveling on the bus with people from AP Films. So, of course, every day or every couple of days, I would give him questions to ask the AP Films team.
Yes.
Like that little truck that Fireball XL5 is on when it takes off.
Yeah.
What happens afterwards?
Yeah.
You know, is there a field full of those little trucks?
Good
or
point.
does somebody go out and take them back? What about Stingrays 1 and 2? Because it's clearly 3.
Yes.
Are there 2 supercars, the one with supercar written underneath and the one with not?
I mean, you really thought this through, didn't you?
Yeah. And then as I got older and started to pester them with more questions, you know, what sort of widowed father sends his precious children out facing death
a monster
every week? You know,
Yes.
what the thing is. Anyway, so the ultimate thing is that all the AP Films people changed their travelling habits. They stopped going on the bus to the Slough Trading Estate. My dad just said he was alone on the bus every day, and so I never got the answers to any of the questions. But there we go.
Isn't that lovely? But while you're here, Leon, what does Thunderbirds mean to you? I mean, did you remember watching it? Do you remember your first experience?
Look, I go back to Four Feather Falls.
Yeah,
so
great.
you know, by the time I'm in Thunderbirds, I'm already starting to mature a bit.
Yeah.
So I remember the great thing about it was an hour's show, which really you got into a really good detail about the whole thing. It was always exciting because there were lots of different machines.
Yeah.
And the other one, Richard, you and Jamie and I have talked about this before in written on email. Although the Hood was the resident villain, he wasn't in every episode. So not like the Mr. Ons, not like the aliens. You know, the Hood was in some of them, but he wasn't the resident. He was the resident alien, but he wasn't in every episode.
Yeah.
One of the things that was great about Thunderbirds was that every show was completely different. It was in the air, it was in the sea, it was on land. We didn't have the same villain fighting every episode. And that's one of the things I thought set it really apart from some of the other shows.
Wonderful. And it stayed with you all these years, obviously. Would you still count yourself as a fan of Thunderbirds? and Jerry?
Absolutely. Of course, I'm still a fan.
Yeah.
Of course, now we have it in super high definition.
Yeah.
We can stream it, we can watch it, we can sit through it. And of course, we can listen to the podcast every week.
Hey!
Oh, I even got a podcast.
So what you need to do now, the only thing you need to do now,
Yes.
Jamie, since this is being streamed into people's homes all around the world, you need now to say loudly, "Hey Alexa, order 5 copies of the UFO technical manual." And now all around the world, copies are being ordered and people are running around.
Amazing.
Brilliant. Thank you so much,
Richard,
Leon.
Jamie, see you soon.
Lovely
Thank
to
you,
see you.
Leon.
Round of applause for Leon.
Great. Thank you, Leon.
Very, very nice.
I absolutely love that.
Yeah.
From being physically with us to everybody around the world, everybody having, as somebody just said, a nostalgia overload. There.
Yes. But isn't that great?
It's quite right
That's
too.
what we love.
I wonder if Leon might be the world's first ever Uber geek with questions like that scared the team away from his old man.
Yes, that's lovely.
It's
isn't it?
quite impressive.
Yeah,
Lovely stuff.
Why is my PayPal saying I've just ordered how many?
Thank you, Alexa and Leon.
Great.
Fantastic. Now, we do have one more game to get out of the way.
Yes, we ought to.
But does Terry need to read anything, or do we need to sort of make him do another gag or something?
Have you got anything for us, Terry, or is that putting you on the spot?
No. I love saying Leon, sort of local boy as well.
Yes.
Sort of brought up just in the shadows of Stirling Avenue as well. So great. So I'm very proud of Slough. Very
Yes.
proud of Slough. Do you know snooker was invented in Slough?
Was
Yeah.
it? Right.
It's a cue for a round of applause.
Oh.
Next.
Okay, Terry, it's so nice to have you back. I think that we should move on to our final game of the evening.
Final game of the evening. We saved the best to last.
Yeah?
Certainly the quickest.
Hopefully it
Right.
will be, yes. Don't
Ipso
worry.
facto.
We are almost at the end of this live stream. You'll be glad to know. So without further ado, there's Leon checking his watch. Shall we,
I'm checking my calendar.
Let's have this very special Thunderbirds Day edition of Blankety Blank.
Appearing tonight on Virgil Tracy, Destiny Angel, Officer Orange, Atlanta Shore, Captain Scarlet, and Dr. Venus. And here are your hosts, Richard James and Jamie Anderson.
It's that picture again.
I know. Well, we haven't
must
changed.
get the new one done.
And Terry Adler.
Oh, and Terry Adler. Yes, that's right.
Yeah,
Yes,
so also, just so we don't get done by the Advertising Standards Authority, none of those other named characters are appearing tonight. It's
Right.
all a lie, just for effect.
I mean, Officer Orange here.
Officer Oren is
Could
here.
say,
Yeah.
in a manner of speaking.
Anyway,
Yes.
Richard, how does this game work? Put these poor people out their misery.
Right. Well, if you're joining us from the US, you might know this as Super Match. I think the Super Match game they call it. Or
Match game.
Match game. Match
Match
game.
game.
Probably here we call it blankety blank. It's quite simple. You're going to see 3 quotes from 3 different episodes of Thunderbirds, but there's going to be a missing word. There's going to be a blank or 2, and it's up to you to fill in the blanks with the missing word. So tell me what the missing words are, and if you can, for bonus points, tell me who said it and from which episode of Thunderbirds. Because of course it's all Thunderbirds related again. And once again, thank you to Scott. Here I am, removing all responsibility for
Not
myself.
doing any work at all.
That's
He's
it.
working hard
Well done,
tonight.
Scott.
Yeah,
I know.
well done, Scott.
For these blankety blanks. So the first one is this. What sort of blank would it be this time? Can we see this, Jamie? You spent-
I've just done it.
Oh, there it is.
I just couldn't find it.
That's
It's
very
there
good.
now. I've done it.
What sort of blank would it be this time? We're starting off with an easy one, I think. No? Blank faces all around. What do we think, studio audience? What sort of trouble would it be this
Oh,
time?
it's a good guess.
Mhm. Yeah. What sort of blank would it be this time? So what's the missing word? Who said it? And for bonus points from which episode?
Simpsons clip suggests problem.
Okay.
Tone suggests rescue, Jeff Tracy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Matty Kescavari suggesting mission.
Is it Herb?
What sort of herb would it be this time? It's
Nice.
Yeah.
No, thank you, Terry.
Yeah.
Biscuit, danger,
Uh-huh.
ipso facto.
Yes. Like it.
Pot-
Cheese,
pot
says
of
Robert.
Cheese.
Yes. Yeah.
Lots of people guessing mission and rescue here.
Yeah, but that's very Thunderbirdsy, isn't it?
Craft, adventure.
Yeah, like it. Yeah, it's all good, but it's
Sounds
wrong.
like a Jeff quote. No, I'm afraid not.
No. Should we put them out their misery?
Well, I want it to be Kath Baker's answer, which is shenanigans.
Yeah, that would be good. It's not shenanigans, unfortunately.
Sorry, Kath. It's
The
not.
answer is what sort of business would it be this time? Which, of course, now you know, don't you? It was Parker from the Chan Chan. Of course it was.
Did you know that, studio audience?
Did you know that?
No.
Now you hear it. It's obvious, isn't it?
No,
Now
they,
once you hear it.
no, they didn't know.
Okay, well, number 2. I suppose it must be shock, but a few moments ago, I'm sure I heard a distant voice calling blank. I suppose it must be shock, but a few moments ago, I'm sure I heard a distant voice calling blank. Keep it clean, please.
Well, Virgil T2 Boss says Fab. No, that was Fab or Fib earlier on, I'm afraid. Got
very
that
good.
wrong there.
That's very good, yes.
We've got a couple of correct answers here
Really?
already.
Have
Oh,
we?
yes, absolutely.
Oh, we got some people in the audience. Leon, you got this one? It's Milady, absolutely right.
Oh.
Lady Penelope from Thunderbird 6.
Steve Bushell was hoping it was going to be Terry, but there we go.
Oh, yes, that's right.
No,
Okay.
it was Milady. There
Very
we are.
good. Nicely done. And the final one then, because all good things must come to an end.
Thank goodness.
Don't ask questions, just do as I say, and blank, blank. What could that possibly be?
Is it order curry?
Don't ask questions, just do as I say, and blank, blank. What are the missing words? Who said it? And from what episode of Thunderbirds? Simple, that's all I need to know. So what are your suggestions? Any ideas?
Pierre Fontaine was
Yeah.
late, by the way. Sorry we're late, Pierre, but you're here now. You can always watch back later on.
That's true, yes. Yeah.
And my name is Simon.
Where? Your name's
No,
not Simon.
just say, do what I do.
Oh,
Do what I do.
Thank you.
And my name is Simon.
My name is Simon.
Nice,
good.
nice.
Simon says.
Sorry.
Go away, John.
That's very good. Go away, John. No, not quite. Don't ask questions. Just do as I say and blank blank.
We've got some correct suggestions
Really?
in here. Yes,
Now.
quite a few actually.
All right.
Look here. Crazy Jedi, James there.
Yes, it's
Robert
beat
Hill.
it.
Well done.
Don't ask questions. Just do as I say and beat it, as said by, of course, Scott Tracy in the episode Studio Audience. The Uninvited.
Invited. How
Of course.
appropriate.
Well done, you. There you go.
Yes.
That's this edition of Blankety Blank.
Wow.
If you tried, give yourself a pat on the side.
On the side.
On the side, if you tried.
Oh, right.
There you go.
Well done, everyone.
That's it.
Had
That's all I've
quite,
got.
quite a few correct answers there.
Excellent.
Well done, everyone.
Very well done.
Now, if you've got any final parting thoughts or questions or reasons you love Thunderbirds that you'd love to share with us, do drop them in the comments.
Yep.
I would love to read them out.
Yep.
Scott says we must give some credit to Mrs. Scott, also known as Kirsty, who helped with that.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much, Kirsty, and thank you, Scott, for all your help tonight. You basically steered the whole show for us.
Yeah, thank you, Scott.
Apart
Without
from the
you,
news.
there would have been no Thunderbirds
No,
Day,
no,
pretty
that's
much.
right. That's
So good job.
Yeah.
Pete's been watching this whole time from New Zealand, along with
I'm so sorry,
David
Pete.
Tremont.
Well done.
Absolutely.
Yeah, great.
Someone didn't get any there. That was Hannah, not getting a single one.
Oh, Hannah. Never mind. There's always next time.
Tone's been quite judgmental.
Right.
Fab or Fib was the better game.
Oh, no, yes, I would agree with that. I think that's fair enough. Yes, I can take criticism.
And here's a fantastic suggestion, which I'm sure all of us and the studio audience will be up for, from the Thunder 0010.
Yes.
24-hour live stream.
Oh, 24-hour live stream.
Yeah,
I mean, that would just be you and I just chatting nonsense.
Snoozing.
Yeah. Let's call it a day.
We could probably do that.
Be the same as every other time.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, look, just as we wrap up, I'll just share with you the various bits and pieces from today, Thunderbirds Day. What a lovely day it's been. And also in the comments while I'm doing this, let us know how you're going to be celebrating this evening. Are you going to be watching something? Are you going to be playing Thunderbirds Danger Zone?
Oh, yes, there it is.
We are after our
Yes.
curry, of
Yes,
course.
yes.
Now, you may have seen Chris Thompson has designed these fantastic new Thunderbirds Day t-shirts, which are out and available for the next 30 days only. The official calendar is out and shipping next month. You can pre-order it. It was Nick Briggs' birthday yesterday, and he's here tonight.
That's in the news.
21 and 1 days old. Thunderbirds versus the Hood is out and available as a physical edition from shop.jerryanderson.com or as a digital one from bigfinish.com. Same goes for Anything Can Happen. But possibly, most crucially of all today, we've revealed Fire and Fury from the pages of TV Century 21 coming later this year. But the thing you can all now go and do is support this Lego
Yes.
Thunderbird 2 on
Please
Lego
do.
Ideas.
Yeah.
So please just search Thunderbirds 2 Lego Ideas on your search engine of choice, which I imagine will be Google, won't it, for most people? They're not going to be using
Bing.
Alta Vista or
Ask
Lycos.
Jeeves. Yeah.
Yes,
Jeeves.
very retro. Anyway, it's so fantastic. If you missed this earlier in the live stream, go back and watch, because Andrew Clarke, who has put this together and designed it, showed us his prototype Thunderbird 2, and it's amazing. The legs go up and everything, and it's got a pod that comes out and stuff goes in the pod. It's really, really great. We would love to see this go over 10,000 supporters tonight.
Almost
So,
there. Almost there.
yeah, we've only got a few hundred to go, so please go and sign it, share it with friends. You know, even if your dog's got an email account, get the dog to sign it as well. Nothing fraudulent, please.
No,
Thank you.
no.
But we'd love to see that happen.
And then maybe next year we'll have a Lego Richard and Jamie from the Jerry Anderson podcast.
Well,
Could happen.
Mine will be a cheap Lego piece because it won't require a hair bit on top. So, yes, let's hope we can do that. But thank you all so much for joining us. Lots of people think it was very, very cool and have already voted, which is fantastic.
Brilliant.
Nick, with a great reminder here, End of the Road on the Jerry Anderson store. Yes, you're right. Tonight, there's 100 designs that are all going bye-bye.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, midnight tonight. You can look on the front page. It's got an End of the Road link on the store, and go and grab them before they go. We've got to make room for things like Fire and Fury and many other stuff.
Nice.
I guess that's Terry from Greece. Fab Birds Day, everyone. Lots of people have voted. So thank you all so much for watching. Thank you to our wonderful studio audience.
Yay!
Thank you, of course, to the Moxie in Slough.
Yes.
Who have hosted us in this lovely place. If you do get a chance to come down, I mean, there's Virgil's painting where he goes into Thunderbird 2. So Terry will be going there shortly, off on his mission down the slides.
Yeah.
make sure you go the right way around, Terry.
Mhm.
And we're going to go off for a Thunderbirds Day curry. So thank you all so much for watching, and have a great evening.
Yeah, see you next time.
Happy Thunderbirds Day, everyone.
Bye. Happy Thunderbirds Day.
Bye.
Bye.
It's not working.